Hey guys, it's Rosita again. We're here with Kyle Higgins. Kyle, tell us about creating Night Runner.
Well, that was actually my first work for DC. So I had done some one-shots for Marvel, Captain America, Theater of War one-shot, and then I wrote a Vision one-shot that came out actually a few months ago, but I wrote it 2 years ago. And I met Mike Martz through a friend, and he wanted to try me out on something, and with all the Batman Incorporated stuff that was going on, that would be a good opportunity for me to jump in. So David Hine had this idea to do a new Batman in Paris, and we wanted to do him as a minority, and we kind of settled on the idea that he would be a French-Algerian Muslim. And so from there, I just ran with it and tried to create an interesting character with a core built around the idea of wanting to unite a broken country, but feeling like he was shackled by the circle of violence that he would just perpetuate if he tried to do anything. So I just tried to stay true to that, and Trevor McCarthy came on and did an amazing job on the art, and the rest, you've read it.
Exactly. And what about Deathstroke? Tell us how you worked on that and how it was to work on it.
Well, Deathstroke was a book that they called and offered me while I was writing Gates of Gotham. And I'm a huge Nightwing fan, so I've known who Deathstroke is, and I've liked Deathstroke over the years. But they wanted kind of a new take on him and a new, kind of more modern, ultra-violent book. And that's what it is.
Yeah. So growing up, what was your favorite comic to read?
Nightwing.
Nightwing, definitely. So now that you're working on it, how did you feel like first time they called you on it?
It was cool. It was cool. I got the call. I was in New York at the time, and I went in, and we talked about it. And they all knew how much I love Nightwing.
Yeah.
So it was a little surreal. It's been good that because it's within the context of the relaunch. Certain things are different. Nightwing is red now, so that's helped me to get some distance from how much I like the character. It makes him feel a little bit. It feels more my own than certain other interpretations have.
And how do you like working for not only Marvel but also DC Comics? You kind of get both sides.
Well, I only work for DC right now.
But you've worked for Marvel in the past before, correct?
Yeah. I mean, that's kind of the life of the freelancer. You take the work that's there, and it's all about relationships, and it's about relationships with editors that guys that want to work with you and trust you. And so I could get a call tomorrow from someone at Marvel asking me to pitch for something. If I have the time, I'm going to do it. But the nice thing about being freelance is that you aren't tied down to one place, and I'm able to do my own work, my own creator-owned stuff as well. So.
Nice. And how was it working on Batman? It's such a huge franchise and it's so big. There's everything, comics, movies. How do you feel about that? Like being part of it?
Well, I mean, it's an honor and a privilege. I mean, Batman is, in my opinion, the greatest character in comics.
Yes.
And that family of characters. He's got the best rogues gallery. He's one of the first.
Yeah.
So no, it's definitely a real pleasure and honor to be able to creating and writing stories that affect his history.
Do you yourself feel like a celebrity? Like, do you know what I mean? Like when people ask you for your autographs and stuff, like how do you feel upon that?
Yeah, I mean I laugh a lot at it.
Yeah.
Especially at conventions and shows and stuff when people call me Mr. Higgins or feel like they get worried that they're bothering me by asking for an autograph. And no, I mean it's I don't think of myself in that way whatsoever. Like I work out of my apartment. It's all
like a normal person. Right?
Yeah, I think I'm a normal person. I hope I am.
Maybe a little bit more than normal, but it's alright.
Well, only at conventions and signings and stuff. But otherwise, it's been very normal.
And did you attend any conventions before you started being part of the conventions?
Yeah, I used to go to Wizard World Chicago a lot, and I went to San Diego Comic Con for a few years before I was doing anything professionally. And then there was a weird period where I had done some work professionally, but not very much, so no one knew who I was. But I did have some credits to my name. And then I was at, and I had a few years there, like at San Diego, New York, and Chicago, where it was like I was just starting to get, some work under my belt. And now, yeah.
You still attend conventions or not attend?
No, not really. I mean, I attend them, if DC's going, like, when I can make time to do signings or panels or whatnot, or something like this in Arizona. Like a lot of my friends from LA came out, all the creators, like JT, Pro, Josh Fialkoff, yeah, so it's like because they were out, it, like that's fun. Come out all hang out together. So.
Do you remember the first comic that you ever bought?
I remember an early comic was one of Mark Waid and Mike Wieringo's Flash comics in like '91, I think. And I would have been like 6. So
Started early.
Yeah, but I don't remember the first that
Very first one.
No, that may have been it, but I couldn't tell you. I probably have it at home somewhere.
And tell us a little bit about the stuff that you're working on now. Anything upcoming?
I'm working on Nightwing and Deathstroke right now. I'm going to do some creator-owned projects in 2012 is the plan. So nothing to announce at the moment, but I have a film that I did as my college thesis called The League, about the superhero labor union of 1960 Chicago. It's like a superhero noir. And that's available. That's how I broke into comics, but it's actually available on iTunes now. That you can buy it and watch it. It's like $2. So
Awesome.
theleaguefilm.com or check out iTunes and download it there.
Cool. And do you have any websites or anything that our fans can visit?
I'm on Facebook and Twitter. Otherwise, yeah, theleaguefilm.com is technically my website. So.
All right. And so to ask, what makes you nerdgasm?
What makes me nerdgasm?
Yes.
Original art.
Original art.
Yeah, like I was in New York and Eddie Barrows was there and he had all the original page art from Nightwing. And so seeing those and seeing the actual original inked pages was of stuff that I wrote was really, really cool.
That's really awesome. Well, thank you for the interview.
Sure.